What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Unit Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it is to preview the Arsenal versus Southampton game. What I want to talk about the build-up and what I think and my hope for 11 and so on. All right, let's get into it. So Southampton visit the Emirates, and if you're a long-time subscriber of mine, you know how wary I am whenever we play Southampton. Usually my concern and my skepticism comes into play when we go to St Mary's. St Mary's just seems to have a grip on us mentally, and it doesn't matter how crap Southampton are playing. It doesn't matter if Southampton are still in the Premier League. As soon as we go down there, something happens to our brain. But at the Emirates, at least we have a little bit of a better record. It's always a difficult game. But since the Premier League era started, I believe Southampton have never beaten Arsenal at the Emirates. Famous last words, right? Oh, gosh, I could just see some bullshit happening. Santa Claus Arsenal coming out, and we decide to reward them. Oh, God forbid. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping for some effort. And I'm hoping that we continue our recent good feeling of winning. You know, it was nice to feel after the Barté game to actually win. It wasn't the best of performances, but we won. And that's usually what I say after we play Southampton normally. Sometimes we get draws in that game, don't get twisted, but more often than not, we tend to beat them at the Emirates. And then I come out of that game saying, you know what? We didn't play great. With the 3 points is all that matters. And to be perfectly honest, when it comes to the league, I couldn't care less about performances. I'll be honest. If you're at that stage in February, end of February, mind you, and you're still worried about the performances, God bless you. We're not in that luxury. We know that we have the 6th best squad in the league. We know. Let's not kid ourselves. We know. Even in spite of the calamities going on at Chelsea, we know what I got. You know, we're not deluded. Yeah, we have better strikers than Chelsea. Probably about it. Let's be honest. We are where we are. All right, and we have a better keeper because there ain't nowhere that keeper's better than Leno. But anyway, I digress. I'm not talking about Chelsea, I'm talking about Arsenal. We just have to put a better run up than the rest. And considering we're talking about competing against an informed United side who have a lot better squad than us and are full of confidence, I know Liverpool fans that are not confident about our game tomorrow. So that tells you the battle and the fight that we've got for United here. In theory, we have the best run of games out of all of the people competing for the top 4, excluding Liverpool and City, because then let's be real. But we do have the best run. Having said all of that, we're playing teams that are fighting for their lives. And at this stage of the season, you don't want to play them kind of teams. Spurs found that out today. Dickheads! Sorry. It just comes out. Spurs found that out today. You know, they went to Burnley. They had Kane back. I think many people just assumed, right, well, they'll bang him over. Kane even scored, and it still wasn't enough. They lost 2-1 at Burnley. Because these are the type of teams that are fighting for their life. I think they're just going to let you roll over and bang them over. You know, Newcastle, all right, they beat another, let's face it, basically relegated team today in Huddersfield. But that Newcastle game is not going to be a game all of a sudden that's going to be easy for teams. Whereas Newcastle didn't give a shit before, they suddenly give a shit now. Because their best chance of selling that club and having value for that club as if they're a Premier League club. You think Mike Ashley's going to want to sell for the prices he's going to get if they go into the Championship? I'm saying all this because when you're looking at teams like Newcastle, you're looking at teams like You're looking at teams like Southampton. You're looking at teams like Burnley. These are teams that are going to be really difficult to beat. So we need to be on our game. We need to be on our team. So with that being said, for me, this would be the team that I would pick to face Southampton tomorrow. I'm going to go with Bert Leno in goal. He's our number one. He's our Premier League keeper. That's that. Right back, for me, just for me, I get that Lichtsteiner played well against Barté. He did. To be fair, he did. And to be honest, I half expect Emre to pick Lichtsteiner tomorrow. Having said that, for me, I'm playing Jenkinson. We're paying him. Let's play it. It's as simple as that. So that would be the right back that I'm going to go with. In defence, it pretty much picks itself these days. I think you have to go with Mustafi and Lichtsteiner. To be fair to Mustafi, again, he wasn't really. He played okay against Barté, but it's against Barté. I am very nervous him facing the likes of Charlie Austin and Shane Long tomorrow. Two players who have caused us problems over the years. Austin's banged in a couple, at least one goal, I think, against us earlier this season. And Long historically has caused us problems. And Mustafi is usually at the centre of those problems. So I am concerned. My ideal pairing would be Mavropanos and Socrates. Greek man can defend. I always keep saying this. I can defend. But just for the sake of argument, let's see what Mustafi can do. We should have enough going forward if it all goes tits up at the back. But let's see. So for me, Mustafi and Socrates. Left back, I'm going with Monreal. I'm not playing no 5, so there's no need to play Kolasinac. Monreal's a better player. Not just going forward, I think Monreal's a better player. Even as an aging player, I'm not a fan of Kolasinac. I'm not. To me, he's just a slightly better version of Andre Santos. I see nothing. I see no other. There's nothing else that tells me any different. Nothing else. So Monreal left back. In central midfield, I think Guendouzi played better than most people suggested he did on Wednesday. I think we're overplaying him though. I think my worry is we're going to fall into a bit of an Iwobi trap with Guendouzi. I'd like to see him rested for the Southampton game. And I would play Torreira and Xhaka in the middle. It's the best midfield pairing we have. We always look sturdy. We're going to need that protection with Shane Long and Shane Long possibly coming on. I know he doesn't start games for Southampton, and Charlie Austin causing havoc. So for me, that would be my central midfield pairing. My 3 across the middle. I'm going to tell Mkhitaryan to sit the fuck down. I'm going to play Adam Ramsey. I am. I know a lot of people will probably opt for Suarez. I'm still not completely convinced by Suarez, I must admit. And I get it. I know that the way you become convinced is by starting him in games. But I'm going to play Ramsey. I trust Ramsey a little bit more. And this is a must-win game for me. So we're in must-win mode, straight up. So I'm going to play Ramsey with this. With the view of later in the match, I'm going to give Suarez at least half an hour to show me what he's about. But for now, I'm going to go with Aaron Ramsey. In the middle, I'm actually going to start Mesut Ozil. Now, for anyone who watched my preview with Claude and Lee Judges, big shout out to them. If you haven't watched that preview, go ahead and watch it. It's not outdated just yet. I didn't start Mesut Ozil in my 11. But I think he showed me glimpses of enough to show that he may be key in a game where Southampton will be coming to the Emirates to park the bus. Let's see. For me, I like the fact that we have options now, but we don't have to rely on Meza if it ain't working. But against a team, we're at home, a team that will park the bus, it would be silly not to play him. And even I will say that. So Meza Ozil starts in this game. On the left-hand side, I'm playing Alex Iwobi. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I know he pisses people off. I know he infuriates people. But he's the only one in our team. Yes, and I include Meza in that. Where when he gets the ball, you feel like something's going to happen. It may be good. It may be bad. But you feel like something's going to happen. Because his first instinct is get the ball and move forward. I can't knock him for that. Because as much as it pisses me off, a lot of the time where we have a player and his first instinct is to pass backwards, Iwobi's isn't. For better or worse sometimes, but he isn't. So yeah, for me, Alex Iwobi starts in this game. So you notice I'm going to have to choose between our two strikers. I'm going to choose Lacazette. The reason being is because he's fresh. I wasn't overly impressed with Aubameyang. Yes, I know that his cross led to the own goal, but I wasn't overly impressed with him on Thursday. And to be honest, we have another game midweek anyway. So it's not like you can't rotate the two strikers between those two games. But for me, I think he'll be fresh, he'll be ready to go. And also, my plan in handling this little stint that Lacazette's going to be out of the Europa, so he's going to miss the Rennes Europa League last 16 tie because UEFA just basically do what they want apparently. They went from giving him an initial match ban to just extending it to 3. I can't complain, I guess, because normally if you get a straight red in the Premier League, it's just a standard 3. But I wish we knew that beforehand. It was just randomly extending it for no reason. It was just like, okay. But yeah, for me, I think given that, you may as well make, at least temporarily, you may as well make Aubameyang the Europa League striker and Lacazette the Premier League striker. That's how I do it. I know that the idea of that pisses people off, but that's how I would do it. And I think that Aubameyang is a better impact player. It's just, for me, I know that the idea of that sounds ridiculous, but whenever he's come off the bench, he's made a big impact. Starting games, not so much, particularly when he's by himself. No, I'm going to get shit on for that, but fuck it, I don't care. Aubameyang's on the bench for me, Lacazette starts. We should have enough to beat these guys, but I've said that so many times this season and been left with egg on my face. I'm going to predict 2-1. I think we'll concede because it's Arsenal, but I think we'll win because we're at the Emirates. No other reason. It's not because we're supposedly a big team. Just no other reason. I think the fact that we're at home, we should have enough. Would not surprise me if we concede first. Would not surprise me at all. You guys let me know what you think, though. Leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, crush, destroy, chocolate the shit out of that like button. Let me actually know what the teams are, how you play it, what you think you would do differently to how my plan and how I've said. I know people don't like the idea of Ramsey on the right-hand side. I kind of get that. And it might come to a point where Ramsey drops into the kind of 3 alongside Torreira and Xhaka. And then, so it kind of drops into a kind of a 4-3-2-1 formation more than anything. But let me know what you think anyway. Leave it in the comments below. And also, if you're listening to me for the first time, give me a little subscribe. I promise you won't regret it. Tomorrow I'll be back, no doubt, to do a show, put various different people on it. I know a lot of people have asked me to have a certain Sadia on. So I'm looking forward to that. Whenever I've seen her on the Laguna Talk, she's always been great. She reminds me of a friend I used to have, an actual friend, people, no jokes. I used to have. So yeah, I'm happy to have her on. Have a couple of people on it. That should be fun. All right, I'm out of here, people. Take care. Deuces. Take care, people.